All right, Ângelo Varela, filmmaker from Portugal, living in the UK. Thanks for being on the show.
You're welcome. No worries. How are you today?
I'm good. I'm glad to be here with you, talking about your film Love. It's a very, thoughtful work, and it has a lot of content, a lot of um, emotion that you're exploring, a lot of life experience that you're exploring in a really short film framework, 4 minutes. And the basic structure of the film is there's a woman, she's leaving a man. Seemingly, there's some personal things she's got to work out. She's going off in her nature. The man is taking advantage. I believe in your description, that's kind of what you said, taking advantage of the opportunity, cheating on her, sleeping with other women. She comes back, they reunite and continue their relationship, but they both go through their own process. Is that fair to say? Would you help me articulate the narrative structure any better?
Love, the short film Love is about acceptance. The fact that she doesn't feel secure about herself, so she goes on a journey to find a little bit more about herself. And throughout the short films, we have like some memories of interactions between her and her boyfriend, basically. And those interactions are like moments that are very important for her life, but sometimes she forgets about it because she feels a little bit insecure and not loved, but not loved by other people, but inside love. So basically, she was a person that she was on this relationship, but okay, the boyfriend was giving her love, but it wasn't enough. She needed something else, so that's why she went for a journey outside the forest. And throughout the movie, we have a little bit of memories with interaction with her boyfriends, and then we have like chapters, and those chapters are like each phase of her life until the end when she feels loved and in peace with herself, basically.
I see. So perhaps I misread the description. So it's just one woman. It's
Yeah,
all the it's all the
it's
other
all the
affair.
same. It's all
It's
the
all the
same.
same woman. It's
Yeah.
with her. So he doesn't. I see. So there's no cheating going on there at
No.
all. It's all her. Okay. So cool. Well, that makes it easier to understand and discuss. So the question is, and I think you've really gotten at the heart of it, but what was the germinal idea? What was the thing that you were trying to explore there and portray?
I was trying to explore. Basically, this short film came from a small chapter of my life when I didn't feel like secure with myself or love with myself. So I was trying to find the question of what it is to be loved, what you need in order to feel love with yourself. So I decided to write a short film about it, and at the end, I came into conclusion that you need to spend time with yourself. You need to go through the journey with yourself to try to reflect about your life and about everything that you have done and what you want to do in your life as well. And that journey reflects my journey as well. Her journey reflects my journey as well, because when I like to think, I like to go to nature. It really helps me to be in nature, in connection with the world and everything. So that's basically, this short film was a reflection of my life.
Mm, that's great, man. And it, occurs to me as you're talking and we're, reflecting on the movie, and the movie, movies in general are a reflection. Um, something that I really liked that you shared starting movies, the George Orwell quote that happiness can exist only in acceptance. And it's so interesting that we go out into nature to experience that feeling. And it is as if nature doesn't question our own existence, right?
Yeah,
It doesn't
true.
question us, it accepts us. We feel that nature takes us as we are. And in seeing that, it helps us do the same.
Correct.
And that's a really beautiful theme that you've shared. And I think it's so universal. I mean, we all have that desire to connect to the natural forces, which are non-judgmental.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I totally agree with you. But yeah, literally, this was the whole concept of the short film is trying to find ways to be accepted and loved and explore that journey. And of course, when I was directing the short film, I wanted to play a little bit with the audience to make them think that the guy was cheating on her. Literally, like I wanted people to think about that because I really wanted to do a more complex narrative and not so easily to understand, something that at the end you can reflect about it. So that's why on the memories you might think like, oh, the boyfriend is cheating on her, but in reality it's her memories.
Mm,
Because the
mm,
present it's when she is on nature, and then everything else it's on the past, basically.
hmm. Well, I'll tell you, the film in and of itself has enough depth for me that it doesn't need that complication, you know.
That's
Um, it's also, I love how you said, you know, when you went out to explore this question of how to feel loved. I mean, here's this woman, she is loved by her significant other partner,
Mhm.
but it's not enough, like you said. And I love how you said that it's a matter of spending time with yourself. That's where it starts.
Literally.
And that's so profound. It's so easily overlooked in the course of making this movie. When you reflect on it now, what is the message? What is the meaning? What does it remind you of? What is the knowledge it reminds you of when you watch it?
That's an interesting question. It makes me feel in peace and it makes me smile as well, because basically it's funny to rewatch a short film that was done, I think 2018 or something like that. And now seeing that short film and finally feeling love by myself and not having that type of issues anymore, I see that as a really good accomplishment, because my first when I wanted to start in filmmaking and directing and doing short films, my first goal was doing something that uh, shows people like life lessons kind of, and that can help people on their career and journey on their life. And now that I see that short film, it makes me like, oh wow, if I didn't watch that movie before, or if I didn't wrote that movie before and I was like a random audience, I will say that that short film will help me reflect a little bit about my life. Because basically when I see that short film now loved, I'm like, yeah, I literally went through that. But it wasn't in 4 minutes, of course. It was like in a couple of was in 10 years time or 5 years time, to trying to find the journey and trying to feel loved by myself. So I think the first thing that it comes to my mind is like happiness and peace for seeing that, and really poetic piece of short film as well, to be honest.
Mm, mm,
Something
mm.
that I'm proud of it, looking back, to be honest.
It's awesome. I really love the sound bite that you captured that, is kind of worked into the film, as if it's, playing somewhere in the background, the Alan Watts sound bite. And the quote is, what is the story that it's from?
Oh, I don't
It's a
remember, to be
character.
honest.
I don't know if it's a mythological character, but trying to release the bowstring without thinking first to release it.
Yeah, I think it was a mythological character. I think so. I don't remember.
And the idea there of taking action in a natural way without thinking of
Yeah.
taking the action is, very Zen, powerful, metaphysical, meta, thing that incorporates in our lives. So I guess kind of in the context of love, how do you understand that?
I think like on that time I used to listen to Alan Watts a lot of times, and I felt that Alan Watts has like a lot of answers for the questions that we are doing day to day, in my opinion. And on that sound was just about releasing yourself, to not be stuck with yourself, and be like a good example, be again a child, because when we were a child we were free and we were more happy maybe, and nothing concerned us. So that was the main goal on that audio, was like, okay, she's feeling, because she's on the couch with her boyfriend and she feels a little bit insecure, and you can see on her body language. So that sound is saying to her to free yourself, just don't worry, go ahead, basically.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And it's such an important thing. Self-loving, it's such
Yeah.
a self-loving action, not to filter your own healthy, positive self-expression. Um, Angelo Varela, last question. Since you made that movie, you found, a great lesson and life lesson, and you've come to a place of maturity. So it's almost like I know the answer before I ask you, but maybe you can help, how did making the movie, the actual act of making the movie, change you?
It changed me for good. I literally felt like a little bit a little bit more better person than before, because it's really weird on the filmmaking side, and I think like maybe I'm not the only one feeling this way, is that when you have something in your head and you want to create something, and then you bring that that thing that you're hiding from yourself into the arts, it kind of feels like, freedom somehow. It seems like it's really weird. It's something that is inside your soul that wants to get out, and then as soon as you write that story about that lesson or character or chapter that you had on your life, you feel a little bit better, you feel in peace, you feel resolved. It's so weird. And that's how I felt when I did that short film. Basically, I felt resolved in some way. Was like, was if the film and the story answer my question somehow. It's weird. It's something on another level that I cannot explain, I guess.
I think we get it. I think we get it, and it's a beautiful experience. It was beautiful meeting you, Angelo. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you very
Angelo
much.
Varela, filmmaker, Portuguese, based in the UK. Thank you so much. Keep sending us some work, and we'll share
Thank
it.
you very much. Thank you very much for having me.
All right. All blessings. Till next time.
Until next time. Bye bye.
Bye bye.